I'm pretty bad at readathons. It is over with. I am a licensed driver. I can't believe I'm saying that. If you're expecting a light, fluffy contemporary, this is not for you. This book is so... Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a reading vlog over this entire week. So it is Monday the 26th, I believe, and I will be filming a reading vlog for this week because it is the Sunshine Readathon. I'm super excited. I haven't done a readathon in I think 2 years. I don't think I participated in the last reading rush, but this is my first readathon in a while, so bear with me. I'm trying to bounce back from a reading slump, so I thought this was a really good timing. The Sunshine Readathon is created by my friend Jessica. I will leave all her channel details and Instagram info in the description box down below. It's a little too late to put like the announcement video so that you can participate as well because I'm just going to be filming me doing this readathon, but basically it runs from the 25th to the 31st, so it started yesterday, but I wasn't able to start yesterday, so I'm starting today. And spoiler alert for this video, I'm pretty bad at readathons. I don't like being told what to do most of the times, but I do love connecting with the community and I love just being a part of something. So this is like my second attempt at doing a readathon correctly because most of the time I just like start getting all flustered with like the goals that I have to hit and the challenges. So I'm gonna try to be more lenient on myself, but I have quite the ambitious TBR. So we're gonna go over my TBR before I get into the actual reading of it. So there's many different challenges, but I combined a few of them so that I would have a condensed version of what I'm reading. So the first challenge is Golden Hour, read a heartwarming book, and I combined that with the challenge First Blush, read a book with a queer romance. And for this one I have chosen Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. I thought this would be perfect for the Sunshine Readathon because it has like a sunshiny sunset cover. This one features a queer romance. I'm excited to read it. It sounds very heartwarming. It takes place during a music festival. The second challenge is Dawnbreaker, buddy read with someone you've always wanted to buddy read with and with someone you have been scared to ask. I don't think I'm going to be doing this one only because I kind of got into this readathon pretty late, so I didn't know we were doing we were doing a buddy read, so I didn't ask anyone, so I think I'm just gonna put this one aside for now. The next challenge is Daylight's Flare, read a book in one day. For this one I have chosen Sunny by Jason Reynolds. I really wanted to read this book. I love Jason Reynolds, anything that he writes, and this one, it says the title is Sunny, so I thought it'd be perfect for Sunshine Readathon. But I just want to read this and I think I can finish this in a day. The next challenge is Sunshine, read a book recommended by a booktuber/book reviewer, and for that one I've chosen I'll Be the One by Lila Lee. This one was recommended by Janany over at The Story Ain't Over, and I feel like, I feel like the main character is bisexual in this one. I'm not sure. I think I heard someone say that, but this is like a K-pop book. It sounds really great, but this is recommended by that person. And then there is Starfire, read a 5-star prediction, and for this one I've chosen a book that I had gotten quite a while ago, but I've always kind of pictured this as like a 5-star read, and it is Who is Maud Dixon by Alexandra Andrews. It's a mystery psychological thriller. It sounds really great. The premise sounds like a 5-star read, so I'm excited to finally read this. And the last challenge on here is really cool. It's Spotlight, shout out a person who has positively affected your life or reading. And I think I'm just gonna get rid of the challenge now. I'm gonna share with you all. I feel like my Instagram buddy Jessie from Bow Ties and Books on YouTube, they also have a YouTube channel, a booktube channel, but I recently connected with them and they are just amazing. We've been like ranting about books, talking about books, and about the community, so I will leave all their links in the description down below. Give them all the love, check them out. But yeah, that is my ambitious TBR for this readathon. Let's see if I can finish this in 5 days. That would be pretty insane if I did. I feel like I'll at least get to like 3 of these. They're either like YA contemporaries or thrillers, which are genres that I tend to move pretty fast with. But yeah, that is pretty much the opening of this vlog. I'm excited to do a readathon, like I said, and I hope that any of you guys who are doing this are enjoying it as well. But yeah, I will see you in the next update. Hello everyone, it is 10 p.m. and I just finished my first book for the Sunshine Readathon, Sunny by Jason Reynolds. This is for the challenge Daylight's Flare, read a book in one day, and I basically finished this in one day. I didn't finish it in one sitting though, which I thought I would. It's about 150 pages, but it took me a while to really get into the writing style, mostly because there were just so many things with this book that I didn't expect. I don't know where I got this book. I think the publisher sent this to me, but apparently it is part of a series, and it's actually the 3rd book in the series. I don't think you have to read the first 2 books to read this book, or I think you can read them out of order because they're pretty much focused on like their own character, on one character of the series. But anyways, this is a part of a series, and also it is middle grade, and I did not know that. I think I just assumed it was young adult because all of the Jason Reynolds work that I had read in the past had been young adult. For some reason I thought this was young adult. It's not, it's middle grade, and I had a hard time kind of connecting with the writing just because it's not catered to my age demographic, so it's very different. I did like the use of onomatopoeia though. I think that's something that I don't see in young adult at all, but I really do like it. I love like the shake and like boing boing, like that was like in this book, and I thought it was really cute, and I can definitely see how that caters to like the middle grade writing style, the middle grade reader. Overall, it was super interesting. I guess I haven't read from a character this young in like so long, but it's so funny how reading from like a middle grader, I guess, just how optimistic they are, and like you don't really see like the pessimistic, like cynical kind of point of view that you usually see in young adult books, or like even adult books as well. But yeah, I don't know, this book was really interesting. It was a quick, fast read. I definitely think you will enjoy this if you're into middle grade and you like reading Jason Reynolds. I love his writing, and I love his stories most of the time too. They're just so full of emotion and like storytelling. So yeah, I enjoyed this. I'm going to stop reading for tonight. I was gonna start my second book today, hopefully, if I had finished this in one sitting, but I have a road test tomorrow. I was actually really productive today, so for now I'm just gonna like stop reading, and then tomorrow I'll make it a point to read more than I usually do. But I was super productive today. I went to work, I work from home, and I got some practice in for the GRE. I took my driving lesson before my road test tomorrow, and yeah, that's pretty much all I did today. It was a pretty filled day, pretty packed. Tomorrow I have one more driving lesson before I take my road test, but I'm just gonna sleep early because I'm kind of nervous, and I don't want to be grouchy when I have to take it. So that's it for today's update, and I will update you tomorrow with what book I'm gonna read. I have no idea what I'm gonna read next, but we'll see. Maybe by tomorrow morning I'll have an idea of like what I want to read. But yeah, see you tomorrow. I'm here to do a little reading update. I hope you guys enjoyed the little montage I put together for my day. It is Tuesday, 8:54 p.m. right now, and I actually read today, but I didn't actually do much talking updates because today was a very stressful day. Today was the day that I took my road test, and I was a ball of nerves all this morning. I actually took it in the evening, but like the entire day I could not stop being anxious, just because testing makes me really anxious and also driving makes me really anxious. But I've practiced so hard for this. I just had to believe in myself. Honestly, that's like the key to most of it. But honestly, after I took the test, I thought I failed anyway, just because I tend to just not believe in myself, and I'm super harsh on myself. But I'm really proud of myself for how far I've come. It was definitely a summer bucket list item of mine to get my license this summer, because my twin sister has had her license since like 16, I think, or like she got it at 18, but she had her permit at 16, and I have just been so behind on that trend, and I just really wanted to get it done and over with. So it is over with. I am a licensed driver. I can't believe I'm saying that. So I'm just over the moon, but that's not why I'm here. I'm here to talk about my current read, because I did get to reading a little bit. I was too anxious to like work and do my internship work, so I just decided to pick up a book and start reading because I thought it would help me with the nerves, and it did. I started reading Who is Maud Dixon by Alexandra Andrews. This book is super interesting. It has been on my TBR since I think when it came out in February, I believe. It's pitched as a psychological thriller, which is not a genre that I read a lot from, but this story really captured me. I think I'm reading this for the challenge, like read your 5-star prediction. But essentially this book follows our main character Florence, who has these dreams of becoming a writer, a really well-known writer, and she gets this job to be an assistant to one of the greatest writers of her time, Maud Dixon, who writes under a pen name. So she becomes the assistant for Maud Dixon, but when an accident happens that leaves the writer Maud Dixon in an accident, and because it's a pen name, Florence kind of assumes the role of Maud Dixon and she becomes Maud Dixon. I don't know if that made any sense. The premise is kind of hard to explain, but anyways, it is so good. I love the voice of our main protagonist. She's very cynical, and she's just very she wants big things in her life, but she is constantly like mad at the world for other people getting them instead of herself, which I think is a very interesting, it's kind of like an anti-hero sort of thing. Anyways, I'm really loving the story as well. I love the storytelling, like how, like when the author decided to start the story, and like in the preface, and then in the introduction, everything. I am 100% sure that this is going to be a 5-star read, so I'm planning on getting a little bit in today. I think I'm on page, I'm almost at page 100. I'm on page 70, and I'm hoping to read at least a little more before I end for today, and then finishing it tomorrow, and then starting another book tomorrow. That's basically the plan, my game plan for the Sunshine Readathon so far. So far, I've been loving this readathon. I do have reading sprints on Thursday with Jessica, so I'm really excited for that. By the time this video comes up, there's no point in me telling you to join because it'll already be over, but yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I'm pretty much chilling. Today was just a very relaxing day because I wanted to get rid of all the stress. I think what I'm going to do now is, since it's still early in the evening, I'm going to do some online shopping on Depop. I've been buying secondhand lately and I just love Depop. I think I'm going to treat myself to something on Depop from one of my favorite sellers, and then I'm going to read for the rest of the night and then update you the next day with reading progress. But other than that, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day to be alive. So yeah, I will update you tomorrow. Ha, I lied. I'm back with another reading update. I read a lot. This book is actually surprisingly fast to get through. I'm sorry, I dog-eared my pages, but I don't know if you can see that. I'm more than halfway through now, and it's been a long time since I've read a psychological thriller. I actually can count with the number of my hands how many psychological thrillers I've read, so I'm not used to reading a story that's so fast-paced like this. Actually, I thought not the twist, but I thought the storyline would get going a lot faster, but it actually happened halfway through the book. A lot of the beginning of the book was like introductory things and character development. I'm finding this book oddly terrifying, like in a psychological thriller kind of way, where it's supposed to like make you question your own like beliefs and own like just like your own beliefs and morals and all of that. The main character is slightly terrifying. This book is just really like out there. Like I think it's like if we were put in the main character situation, like what would we do, like that sort of thinking, and I thought it was really interesting. I like the way that this book talks about success and like how one's like perceived success or accomplishments is kind of looked at. Like I don't think I haven't read a lot of adult like literature that has kind of focused on that, like talking about success, career, and the struggles. I think a lot of those books, like the books that I've read, have basically like romanticized like success and career, but I think this one really puts it plainly about a main character who's struggling to find her place in the world, who is like literally mad at everyone for getting opportunities that she doesn't get, and it's just very realistic. I don't know, it's super interesting so far. Super terrifying, like I said, because some of the choices that the main character makes is just like, what are you doing? Just don't do that. But it's definitely interesting so far, and I'm excited to read. I feel like nowadays I hit a certain point after reading a few pages or how many chapters that I just can't read anymore, and I've hit that spot even though I pushed through and read like 200 pages today, which is good for me. So yeah, I will update you tomorrow when I finish it.
What are you saying?
This book is so whack. So I just finished Who is Maud Dixon by Alexandra Andrews. This is the one that I read for the challenge Starfire Read a 5-star prediction, and I actually did end up giving it 5 stars, so I'm really glad. I knew I would love it. Psychological thrillers are a weird genre for me because I know that they're riveting enough and like fun and just entertaining enough to keep my attention, and my rating system is pretty weird because I'll give a book 5 stars if it's written well and just like overall kept me entertained and was like a 5-star read. Like it will, you know, make anyone's day. This book was super interesting. I'm just like baffled over it because there's so many twists, and I haven't read a thriller in a long time, so I'm not used to like being on the edge of my seat, but I was definitely like second guessing myself and questioning things, so I kind of like that aspect. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I do want to do a readathon wrap up in another video, a part of my July wrap up, so I'll talk about that in this book in that video. But this book, if you are into psychological thrillers and if you're looking to get out of a book slump and you like reading about main characters who are in the publishing industry and you like reading about authors and the writing process, I would definitely highly check out this book. It's actually super short. It's like less than 300 pages, and it's just like it like keeps you on the edge of your seat the entire time, and it makes you question your beliefs, and it's just also just kind of out there that it's so dramatic. I love it. It's riveting. It's great. 5 stars to this one. And I'm excited. I actually finished this in 2 sittings, so that's pretty good. So now that I'm officially out of my book slump, the next book I'm going to start is, I believe for the first 2 challenges, read a book with a queer romance, and then what's the other one? Let me see. Yes, read a heartwarming book. So I chose Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson, so I'm gonna start reading that. I've actually already started and it's pretty good. I don't know, I haven't read many YA contemporaries this year, so I'm trying to read some for this readathon, but it's gonna be, I think I just need kind of like a lighter book after reading such a crazy thriller, so I definitely think that heartwarming book will be good for me, so I will update you as I read more. on. So it is now 9:49. I usually wake up about 9:30 every morning because my work starts at 10. This morning I had an earlier meeting at 9:30. So basically this summer I've been a marketing intern for Swell water bottle, and that's been really fun. This is my first marketing position. I really wanted to try something different this summer because all the summers in the past I've been doing like research internships. This is super different because this is a more creative field. So yeah, anyway, I am a marketing intern and my daily tasks mostly consist of creating decks with ideas, creating mood boards, strategizing and thinking of partnerships and brands and like image, and then also managing social media, replying to DMs, and kind of like strategizing content, the same thing. It's been a wild ride, but I really love my job and I'm so excited. I love my team so much. But yeah, that's basically what I do in the mornings. And then so I'm at work right now, so I'm gonna like continue doing this. I work completely remote. I do go in the office sometimes for photo shoots and stuff, but I've been working completely remote this summer and it's been a nice experience. I actually like working remote just because I don't like waking up early, but I also just love being in the comfort of like my own room and my own home and being able to do just like my tasks, like sipping my coffee or whatever. But yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do for a few hours, and then I'll take a break. I usually take a break during the days to read. Oh look, the sun came out. But I'll usually take a break sometime during the day to read because I don't like working like straight. I think breaks are always necessary, so I'll be taking some breaks to read. I'll try to get some reading done, and then today I'm hosting a reading sprint with Jessica, so I'll be on her channel. It'll probably be out by the time you guys are watching this video, but I'm excited to do some reading sprints with y'all and to answer some questions that Jessica has. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna work.
I feel honored.
Hey, say hi.
Hello.
Just
I'm so honored right now.
Just wrapping up the live stream. Thanks so much, Jess, for letting me be part of this.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, thank you for like joining me and also the awesome chats we've had. I love it, and I look forward to chatting with you more often.
For sure. All right. So excuse my very sweaty appearance. I just thought I would jump on here and do a reading update. And I'm currently eating dinner in my really cute bee dish that my mom got me. I'm like obsessed with bee stuff. I have a bee tattooed on me. And I just did my workout, so I'm like sweating, but I just finished my live show, my live reading sprints with Jess, as you saw from that little clip that I shot. I love Jess. Thank you so much, if you're watching this, for letting me be part of this readathon. I've had so much fun doing it, and just doing those sprints just reminded me of why I joined this community, because you're able to have a platform and talk to people, and like just connecting through books is just the most magical thing ever. I'm sorry, I'm super sweaty. But anyway, I am more than halfway through Rise to the Sun, and things have taken quite a turn. No spoilers or anything, but definitely I came into this book expecting a very like lighthearted and fluffy contemporary, and while I do think it is those things. Okay, I'm just gonna take off my glasses because I'm fogging them up. But as I was saying, it is like heartwarming and fluffy as well, but it also features some heavy topics, such as racism, mental health. There are a bunch of content warnings for this book. I'll leave them on the screen, but there also are content warnings before you read it. So nicely put by the author. But yeah, so I love the way things are. Obviously they're like negative things that are happening, but like I like the way the story is developing by including those topics. So yeah, I'm really enjoying my read of this. Honestly, through those reading sprints, I was able to read more than 100 pages in like an hour and 30 minutes. So I probably am gonna finish this tonight if I just hunker down and read it and stop watching Pretty Little Liars. But I'm gonna finish my dinner here while I'm watching Pretty Little Liars, and then I'm probably just going to read for the rest of the night and hopefully have a final update for you when I finish this book. And this will be my third book for the Sunshine Readathon, so I'm so excited. It's been such a long time since I've read so much in a week, and that's why I love doing readathons, because they push me to read more during the week. And it's not like I can't read this fast, it's that I don't have time and I don't prioritize it, but with this readathon, I'm prioritizing my reading and getting a lot done. So I'm gonna put that aside and read that. If you want to watch the live stream, I don't know why you would want to since we did the reading sprints like then, but if you want to watch some of the conversations we had, I had such lovely conversations with Jess. I will leave the link in the description to the recorded live show or like reading sprints. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm gonna do for the rest of the day, and then I will update you tomorrow. The Sunshine Readathon is coming to an end. I believe it ends on the 31st. It is the 29th today, so 2 more days. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. I know I have, but yeah, I'll update you soon. Good morning. So I usually start my day now with little little studying. So I'm studying for the GRE because I want to go to grad school. I'm going to my senior year of college. So my plan is to take it in the fall semester, but at the same time, I'm not going to be too, like, I'm not going to be sad if I can't go to grad school right after college. This is more of like me studying ahead. So right now I'm doing like text completions or like the vocab section, and after I answer the questions, I usually look through these, and any words that I don't know, I put them into Quizlet. Quizlet is like my baby. It's like my key to success. This is how I passed. But yeah, so I have this vocab folder, and then I just put all the vocabulary that I didn't get, and you can hear the police sirens or ambulance outside. But yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing this morning, and I'm just gonna continue for a few hours before I start work. Hello. So I finally finished Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson, and so I'm gonna be talking a little bit about my thoughts. I'm not gonna do like an entire wrap up because I actually plan on filming my July TBR, my July wrap up right after I finish this vlog and close it out, and then I will be including the books from the readathon. So let's talk a little bit about my thoughts. So overall, I think in the beginning while I was reading this, I was purely optimistic about this book because I've heard such great things about You Should See Me in a Crown, and overall the premise just sounded like pretty simple in like execution. But I think after reading it, it's a lot more complicated than that. I still think my thoughts are too fresh to like give you some type of rating or tell you how I actually thought about this book. But overall, there are some parts that I liked and there are some parts that I didn't. First thing is that this book is dual POV, and for some reason, I think it's maybe just myself, other people might not have a problem with this, but I just could not differentiate between the two characters in this book. Tony and Olivia, their voices were similar and different in many ways. Like, they obviously had very specific things that happened in their life, so when they would mention it, I would be like, okay, this is Olivia. But overall, their personalities and their voices just sounded too similar that I would get so confused about who was talking. And I think the chapters were just super short that it flipped so much between Tony and Olivia that I just got so confused. They have the chapter names as the names of the characters, but then like if I were at a section where there wasn't a character name, I would have to flip back to the beginning to see who's talking. So it was a real issue, and like I don't think I'm bad with that. Like, I read books with like 6 character POVs, more than 6, and I do fine with those because they're all so different. And I mean they're all like clearly different and they have different personalities, but they also just have different voices, and I feel like the two characters were similar coupled with like how short the chapters were. It was just conglomeration of confusion. I really love the themes that were presented in this book. I definitely think I went into this, I mean, I chose it for the challenge of choose a heartwarming book, and this book was by no means just heartwarming. It touches upon some really serious topics like racism, biphobia, gun violence, like sexual harassment, that kind of stuff, and those are some serious and heavy-handed topics that I think this book explored really well, so I'm really happy about that. But I think overall too, one thing that I didn't expect was this theme of self-love. So our two main characters are pretty self-deprecating and they like to self-sabotage. They have really like low opinions of themselves and low self-esteems, and I think that this book did a really good job about exploring the theme of self-love while exploring like love and relationships, because that's a hard thing. Like, how can you expect someone to love you without loving yourself? Like, I think that was a huge theme in this book, and I think that's like the main question that the author kind of posed, and I really liked it. I like how it was explored. I did feel like this book, I wouldn't say it was heartwarming, I wouldn't say it was light. I would definitely, if you're expecting a light fluffy contemporary, this is not for you. There are some parts that are light and fluffy about it, like the romance between our two main characters, but I definitely feel like it was heavy-handed, and is heavy-handed the right word? I don't think so. But it was just very heavy, it was very serious, there were some serious conversations, and yeah, it's not fluffy. And then the last thing I just want to point out is I feel like I would have liked this book more if I liked the characters more. I just didn't have... I feel like for a contemporary, especially like fantasy, I can get away with not liking the characters because the world building and the magic systems are cool, but with contemporary, I like need to fall in love with the love interest or like the main character, because if not, I kind of have nothing else to go around, since, I mean, the stories in contemporaries are mostly, like, I've experienced them before, you know, but fantasies are just like out of the box. But I think for this specific story, I didn't feel attached to either Tony or Olivia. In fact, I actually felt annoyed by Olivia. I mean, I understand that a lot of it was her character, like self-sabotage and all that, but she just did some things that like boiled my blood. Like, she was just a bad friend at times, and I don't think she ever like really made up for it, like, if that makes sense. Like, I understand that she kind of realized it and like took it in and was like, yeah, I was being a bad friend, but she never like did anything that I thought was like acceptable to like make up for it. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyway, so I was just annoyed by the characters, but overall it was like a good story. I thought it was pretty cool. I don't know, I have to figure out my thoughts of this, but that's where I stand as of now, and I just thought you'd like to know my thoughts. Hello, Editing Alex here. So I've been reading some more reviews after I read it, because obviously that clip that I talked about the book was filmed literally right after finishing the book, and I mentioned that I personally didn't mesh with the characters or didn't like the characters, and I don't want that to come off as if I like didn't like the characters and the characters were bad, like the writing was bad. I definitely think the consensus is that the characters are meant to be unlikable. They're meant to be really messy. They're meant to have complicated and very like 3D personalities and lives, which I totally understand, and I like how the author didn't really let them take the easy way out and didn't make them this perfect character. But overall, just, I mean, this story took place over 2 to 3 days, so I definitely think I didn't have enough time to mesh and to learn more about the character and to understand their like motivations in life. So just don't put that out there, because I like the story, it's just that the characters, I didn't have enough time to like understand them. But yeah. So I think I'm going to end the vlog there. I know there's one more day of Sunshine Readathon left, but I'm actually leaving town tomorrow to spend some time with my family, so I will not be reading tomorrow. So this is the last day of Sunshine Readathon for me. I think I did pretty well. I finished 3 books in a week, which is not normal for me at all. I usually read 1 book a week, and if not, sometimes I spend like 2 weeks reading 1 book. Depends on how long it is. But I'm gonna close out the vlog there. If you would like to check out anything, just check the description, the link for Jessica, the creator of Sunshine Readathon's channels and links. And yeah, look out for my July wrap-up, where I wrap up all the books that I read in this video and a lot of the other great books that I read in July. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.